Okay, it started, but intro's going. Hey, what's up, guys? How are you guys doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dirty Dan, Zay Limo, Atlee Robinson. Guys, say hi to Ashkowski. How are you?
Hey.
There's all the Ashkowski, the bestest moderator in the westest. Well, the very far westest. As far westest as westest getstest. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are liking this camera setup. I changed everything to OBS. I'm not liking the coloring, and look at this. My lighting is all screwed up above me still. Dang it, it's all screwed up. Maybe if I just stay back farther, it'll stay. How's everybody doing? Welcome, 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 guys. We are here today. We are going to go and make a new character. Sound different also. Do I sound different? I did not notice my difference of sounding. And this is gonna bug me all flippin' night, guys. It's gonna bug me all night. Sorry about that. D&D hype? You're doing good, Zaylinmo? Nice.
Read CVJ.
Yep, all of it. All the hype. Well, there was an echo because Ashkowski was bringing up the stream, so that's okay.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. It happens. They don't automatically mute. Stupid things. Okay, that freaking thing is bugging me, though. See that? That's really bugging me. So, Ashkowski, go ahead and start explaining what's going on, like what we're going to be doing for the start here. For the character creation.
Okay, so hello everyone on the stream. Essentially what we're doing today is we're going to be building King's character for D&D. We're doing D&D 5th edition. It's the easiest edition to learn. Definitely the most fun in my opinion. Of course that's just my opinion. But today we're going to be going through the basics of character creation. We're just building a level 1 character. We'll be understanding how King's character grew up, like their background. We'll be learning about their strengths and weaknesses. Everyone has a dump stat. And we'll just kind of be fleshing out King's character in all of its forms, whether it be the numbers, like the strength scores and stuff like that, or the background, everything.
Indeed, and it's gonna be super duper amounts of fun. Sorry guys, I'm trying to fix my camera so it doesn't get all the stuff over above my head because it's getting really annoying because of my new camera setup here. Hold on, I was fixing it for you guys. Where is it? This one, and then transition. I don't think that changed anything. Whatever, we're gonna go here till I fix it. So, yes, and what we need your guys' help with is what are we going to be, like, naming the character and doing with this character? What do you guys think? What is the name? What is the name of this character? You see this? This is terrible.
And to preface this, the character is going to be a Warforged. Typically my campaign setting is based off of the player's handbook, since that's all the stuff that's easiest to learn. But I'm making an exception because we've really fleshed out this character idea a little bit, and it seems really cool. So Warforged are kind of like robotic almost, but they're living constructs, so they do have personality. They do kind of understand emotions, not quite as well as other humanoid people, but they are a bit more robotic. They're going to look like a robot, etc.
Yay! Yay for Robotniks.
I like Roboto Kinko Halloween.
Roboto Kinko Halloween. Nice.
Nice one, Irving.
Okay. better. All the echo. What do you? Okay, so you're saying you guys have echo? Hold on, I'm gonna have to listen to this. Better. There is an echo. My mic is echoing. You're absolutely right. My mic is echoing.
Oh wait, it's your mic?
My mic. Well, hold on. All the. Okay, yeah. Okay, I see what it is. 1 second. There we go. Okay, hold on. Okay. My mic should not be echoing now. No. It was definitely mine. It was a setting. Better.
Okay.
It should be better now. There we go.
By the way, I'm liking that new dice tray.
Yes. Oh, speaking of, guys, can we get a huge hashtag in the chat right now? Hold on, let me go back to that window really quick. That's my beginning of my D&D window, by the way. I haven't finished the setup yet, but this will be the D&D window in the end. In fact, I probably could still get the character sheet up behind here really quick. There we go. No, there you go. We have the character sheet up behind me too. So yes, guys, can we get a hashtag in the chat for freaking Ashkowski and getting both this set of dice here and this dice tray for the channel? Get all those hashtags. Those hashtags in there. Hashtag. That's an at. Hearts, Ashkowski.
Well, and that technically would be an hashtag because you're technically still tagging me. Indeed. And then these dice I stole from a Yahtzee. Yeah. Here, look at this. Look, see. Because we're gonna need a lot of D6 today.
Yes, because each roll of strength, dexterity, all of those, they each use each of them use 3d6 to just roll one of them, right? 4. See, look, yeah. I don't even know. I don't even D&D,
guys. I should explain this because it's a bit different than what other people do.
Okay.
So, commonly in Dungeons and Dragons, there's this thing called the point buy, and essentially you're given a number of points to increase or decrease your scores. And that's how you determine stats. But other people, including myself, like to determine stats by rolling. So what you do is you roll the 4d6 for 6-sided dice, and then you take the lowest value out. Once you do that, you add up all the values, and that is your score for one stat.
I like it.
There is one exception to this dice rolling thing that I do, though, because I like my characters to be a little overpowered, that way I can throw them the hardest encounters possible. I like to have everyone re-roll once. So let's say you roll 4d6, and one of them pops up with a 1. You actually get to re-roll that die every single time it pops up as a 1. So if for some reason you roll it 3 times in a row and you just keep getting 1s, you still get to re-roll it.
Nice.
And I do that just so that way the characters are a little bit stronger. The worst thing you could get when you re-roll is a 2. So theoretically, the worst stat you could possibly get is a 6.
Nice.
That's 3 2s, and you just rolled 2s.
Yeah, that's good, because I remember back when I was a youngin' and playing this for the first time, you know, it was you got 12 rolls and you could keep 6 of them, and whatever those 12 rolls was it, and sometimes it could be really low, and you just have to be like, what am I gonna do? I just gotta use it. I have no choice. Oh man. But I don't think those were official rules, even not the official first edition. I think that was just what my, I don't even know. I think my cousin was DMing. It was not great. It was not the longest campaign. Anywho. So first things first, guys. Now that we got that kind of information out of the way, I want to know, what are we gonna name this dude? What is my Warforged character's name? Any ideas? He's a tiny little guy. He's a tiny little guy, like 3 feet tall, and he's he's robotic. He's Warforged. Hold on, let me pull up here. I'll pull up that information for you.
Mm-hmm. And that being said, the Warforged is also created by a creator, so you could do a robotic name like RT3000. I don't know, something like that.
Nah, we'll do something like Frank.
Do, like,
Bob.
You could do Bob. You could also do more of like a fantasy type name, like Elderon or something.
Yeah, we'll probably do something more fantastical, like, something out in the range of magic and tech. Well, a mix of magic and technology, but not like Elderon 3000.
Common names are still common.
Elderon 3000.
And you still have elves and other races who adopt more common names. Like, for instance, for those of you who watch Critical Role, there's the character Caleb.
What's up, Volpe?
Caleb's a pretty common name. It's not like a super fantasy one. But you could also go with fantasy names.
Fantasy names. So, yes, guys. Throw out some ideas. Do we need Discord for this? Not right now, Alpine. We're gonna just do my character today, but Ashkowski is gonna be still helping you if you want to make your character, and anybody else any of the other members who want to make their characters. Ashkowski is gonna help you guys do that. You're getting a Switch soon? Nice, Volpe.
Yeah, I'll stay in voice chat after we're done with the stream, and any of the members who are in the Discord, make sure you're connected to YouTube and Twitch through Discord if you are a member or a paid subscriber. That way you can get access to the D&D chats, but I will stay in voice chat afterwards to help people flesh out their character. And some people already have fleshed out their character, like Omega Vanguard.
Nice, Omega. Nice. I'm excited. This sounds like so much fun. I can't wait. So, guys, we haven't had any ideas. What am I going to be? Kinkaris? Kinkalis? Clink? Clank. Charles.
I like the idea of naming your character something that's like similar to your name. Like just naming them Clink.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly. Because of and Clink, because it's the sound he makes. It's the first sound he hears when he wakes up. I actually kind of like the name Clink for this guy because he's a tiny little 3-foot machine guy.
Travaris is good too. That's an interesting one.
Clinky Dinky. Naming them kinks. Yeah.
Krolta.
Gemonius. Krolta!
I feel like that would be a good barbarian name, like a half-orc barbarian named Krolta.
Right. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. Well, guys, so what are we...
Somebody has to do that.
Right. Are you guys... Well, we got... What is everybody thinking for theirs? We got Atlee's suggestion of Travaris. Zaylinmo said Charles. I suggest Clink, guys. Clink is my suggestion. What do you guys think? And then Gemonius. Thundercleese. There's Deadpool Captain Jack Sparrow in D&D. Well, see, the beauty about D&D is that nothing is really off limits, I don't think. Because it's...
Unless the DM sets it as off limits
well,
I do.
That's true. Well, I mean, okay, I should rephrase. Nothing is... depending on the campaign, the limit is the imagination. You guys like Clink? Oh, do you guys like Clink? It should be Yas Queen. Oh my God, no, Atlee. Remind me to name our next freaking Zelda character that. Next time we get a Link, remind me to name it Yes Queen. Oh my word, I love that so much. Imagine the hilarity that would ensue through the dialogue boxes with Yas Queen.
Rogue Adventure. I just started D&D's. Well, hey, nice.
Nice, Rogue Adventure. Okay, you guys like Clink?
It's funny because the name's the Rogue Adventure, and look what you are.
Right? Okay, so, what do I need to do, in these other points? I have other boxes above me. I have background, alignment, and experience.
Yeah, I think we should probably,
Oh,
you know, it's interesting.
I should point out, guys, that I'm a rogue scout. That is my character, and my race is a warforged. I didn't say that, and I'm also level 1. Right? Is that right?
Well, I think first, yeah, you're level 1. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I think first let's talk about your alignment, because that might determine what kind of background you have.
Okay.
And then I'll let you choose whether you want to do background or ability scores first, because I could see people doing it one way or the other. If you choose background first, that might influence your stats. If you do stats first, that might influence your background. So
no, definitely
the
will.
major thing is alignment.
Yeah, let's figure out what the alignment is.
How your character operates in the world. Like, are they good or are they evil? Are they lawful or are they chaotic? And of course, there's always the neutral space.
Yeah, I'd probably be neutral good, I feel like.
Neutral good?
I feel like neutral good is probably a good fit for this little guy. And for me, probably.
Not like do good no matter what cost, but it's just in general like do the right thing.
Do the right thing. It's not necessarily everything for the greater good, but it's not don't do anything either.
Right. It's not necessarily law and the law and the law and that's it.
Yeah.
But it's also not I will do good no matter what cost.
Exactly.
If it's against the law, then screw the law. It's not anything.
Okay, so I am neutral good.
I like that.
If I could learn how to spell neutral now.
Or NG, either one.
Neutral good. Okay, so experience points doesn't really matter. 0. Negative 5 million.
Points you're actually not going to be using. I'll tell you why. There are 2 different ways to run a campaign. There's the way of adding up experience points. Every single combat encounter matters. But then there's also the way of milestones, which is actually how I prefer to do it, which is you've reached a point in your adventures where you've gone through so many trials and tribulations that you have become stronger as a result. And I kind of like that more. It gives more flexibility. Yeah. And in general, it actually makes the campaign move along faster, because generally milestones will happen more often, at least with my campaigns.
Yeah, and that makes more sense. It's also more realistic because you don't climb up Mount Everest and be like, yes, 50 experience points, you know. It's actually that gain is instantaneous as soon as the achievement is accomplished, and then if it is the sense of if it's something that is being trained, like sword skills or something, that's a small progression over time, but you're never dealing with points.
Yeah. Wow. 13 people watching. Hi.
What's up, guys?
Like the stream, everyone. But also, just one little note. Looking at the dice now, I love how the numbers pop from the dark blue. It looks really good.
Right. Well, it took me a while to get the lighting correct on it because it was like really
But it's
really
clearly visible, which is what I
now.
like.
Yep. Now how I have it set, the lighting set up, they should be visible in all of the at all angles on this.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So I'll let you choose. Do you want to do the background first or the ability scores first?
Let's go ahead and do. Oh well, you know we wouldn't really.
I can give you the pros and cons if you want, because
Sure,
with
give
ability
us the pros and
scores,
cons for
yeah,
more than just my sake, for everybody's sake.
yeah. So if we do the ability scores first, it really helps to flesh out what your character is going to be like. Just because if your character's not a strong character, you're probably not going to take a background that requires a lot of like hard labor or running around and athletics, stuff like that. But if you do your background first, sometimes that can influence what stats you actually invest in. Because if you take a background where, say, for instance, charisma is important, you might choose, even though it's not important for a rogue necessarily, to invest in charisma.
Well,
So,
I can tell you right now, right off the bat, that charisma is already gonna be what I put my highest stat into.
really?
Indeed. It
Even though dexterity is important for a
is an
rogue?
extremely important stat. People, it is an underrated stat in like every single game. It gets you so many benefits when you're dealing
Okay.
with people. When you're dealing with people and you're dealing with and you're dealing with luck and you're dealing with, you know, that stuff, the charisma is unbelievably beneficial. I've always found. Talks his way out of anything. Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
I love this decision that you're going with charisma.
It's gonna be
And
whatever
I
my
will tell
highest
you,
stat is gonna be,
I will
that's gonna
tell
be a
you,
charisma.
95% at least of D&D players will never do that.
They're not doing the smart decision. They're making a
Well, I'm not
silly
saying they
decision.
wouldn't invest in charisma. I'm saying they wouldn't invest in that much in a stat that isn't like their number one stat for their class. So, like, if
Mm,
they were a charisma-based spellcaster, of course they would invest in charisma.
yeah.
But if you're like a rogue, for instance, a rogue requires dexterity. If you're a
Hmm.
barbarian, you need like strength and constitution.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't normally see those types of characters investing in something that's different from that. They
Mm,
might have a somewhat strong stat that they still invest in, but they might not, use their strongest stat. And the fact that you're doing that already is different from 95% of players. I love that. Makes your character unique.
totally.
Great.
Even
I'm
like
all for it.
several more layers of unique added to that very short cake.
So, do you want to do background first, then maybe, and maybe
Um.
flesh out
Yeah.
stat? Or
We can go ahead and do background first.
okay, backgrounds are fun. Let me figure out where they are in the player's handbook. I'm not smart. Um, I don't have all this stuff memorized. Okay, 125.
C3PO is short. R2D2 is
Clearly.
way is R2D2's charisma is like 50. Which is, you know, not a possible
And
role, but
C3PO is like 12.
yeah,
Not bad, but not great.
it's definitely not. It's definitely
Um,
could be better.
um, so when it comes to backgrounds, this is basically how your character grew up, who they kind of are or were. So when we're talking about backgrounds, it's stuff like, you might have been in one of the local churches, and so you're an acolyte, or maybe you lived on the streets, so you're like an urchin type, or maybe you grew up away from all of society and you're like a hermit type. So,
Hmm.
do you have kind of an idea for what your character would be?
Well, I
Like,
really think
character-wise?
I think that that should be dynamic because of the situation that he's going to be starting from. He's not really going to have a personality type if he doesn't know anything. Because remember what we were talking about before. Are we doing that? We're doing that, right? Where
Um,
he doesn't know.
yeah.
Okay, then.
Secrets.
Huh? Well, no,
Um,
no. But I mean, as soon as but like, is that? Oh, okay, okay. I'll just yeah, okay. I'll shush on that.
but like, so we're, so you're thinking what you're thinking is start the campaign with like, it's been maybe a few weeks since, or like since you woke up, or what were you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking it would be like it would be that like time. Like it would be when we start. It would just be him waking
Oh,
up.
okay. So like you
Like
woke
that would
up
be the
and
start of everything. It would start the adventure would start with him waking up and not knowing what's
okay,
it's
I
like the
like that.
born it's the born robotic identity.
Yeah. Give me a second because that's actually a really cool idea. I don't know what kind of background that would be, so I actually have to look this.
Mm. Yeah, that's what I thought we were
Uh,
talking about earlier. Is that like he would just
you know,
wake up and know nothing?
when I was hearing it, I was thinking like you woke up and you spent a few weeks in like a town or something
Nah,
learning.
it would be far more entertaining for me to just know nothing and just.
You know, I like that.
Thanks for joining us, by the way, guys. This is gonna be a lot of fun. You're interested,
Hmm.
that's for sure. Well, we're gonna every month on Saturday, the first Saturday every month, we're gonna be playing members campaign, and my members that are well, I think it's silver members and higher will all be able to join in, but will there'll be a limit of like 4 to 6 people maybe on who can join in the current thing, but you can join in for 1 month, but not join in for any others, and not really you know you don't have to do much. And then Ashkowski is going to be in the voice chat after stream to help anybody who wants to make their characters as well. So for their all my members.
Now, we had talked a bit before we had started the stream about how we wanted to go about your character, namely that you do not want to know anything about your secret, correct?
Yeah.
So, for people who are watching, basically, we had talked about how for the characters who are going to be in this campaign, like for multiple sessions, like consistently, we're going to be really fleshing out the backstories and like developing secrets and stuff for those characters. That way, when we go about the sessions, we'll get into some exciting moments where one of the characters' secrets gets revealed. Um, so actually, what I was thinking was the hermit, which is you lived in seclusion for a formative part of your life. Now, normally, you hear that and you think, wait, that doesn't work because you just woke up. But what if you had woken up completely alone and then all of a sudden people started walking in? Just randomly. Like you woke up, you didn't know where you were, you're trying to figure stuff out. You remember your name or you've seen your name on something. And then
So
all of a
wait,
sudden
what?
someone,
How would I be behaving for as a hermit then? Like more specifically.
well, the idea is you woke up alone.
Yeah.
And normally it's you lived in seclusion, but we don't necessarily have to go that route. It could be you
Yeah,
woke up
just
be
frightened
alone,
that
frightened and alone.
like just like and tiny. So tiny don't really know like if I had no memory, then there would be then like tiny because everybody else would be ginormous
Mm-hmm.
compared
Well,
to me.
most
So
people anyway, yeah.
well, most people except for like halflings and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason why I was thinking hermit is because they have an interesting feature called discovery, which is essentially in your time of seclusion, you unearthed something that was like a secret to the past or like, something interesting. So like, let me read from this. You might have uncovered a fact that has long been forgotten, unearthed some relic of the past, like rewrite history.
I like it. I like
So
it.
what I was thinking was, you wake up, don't know where you are, and we get into the moment where people start walking in.
Mm. Yeah, find some
Meanwhile,
way.
there's actually something in like about you that is connected to this discovery feature that you have no idea about.
Nice.
Do you think that sounds cool?
Yeah, it can work. Well, I think maybe I can definitely get all the scared ones starting when we start up. But like, am I where? You know what? That'll be all first. That information what I was just about to ask will be answered in the first episode of the actual thing. So ignore that. Paul, if you're alone, you don't know you're tiny. Well, you'll if there are people around, he'll know that he's smaller for sure. Like, cause he'll look up, he'll be looking up, and a spider knows, or a fly knows that a person is bigger than the fly. That's
Yeah,
what I
I'm
mean.
looking through some of these other like backgrounds that are listed here in the player's handbook. And really I didn't see much that would align with it otherwise.
Mm.
So like essentially what I'd be doing is I'd be giving you the hermit background. We just wouldn't delve into the life of seclusion aspect.
Yeah. We would definitely just have to. Yeah. We would definitely have to not necessarily have the life of seclusion. Indeed. Wait, what are some of the other ones?
Hold on 1 minute. So there's the acolyte, which is like you spent your life in service of a temple or a church.
Yeah, that clearly wouldn't work. What's up, Mr.
You know
Pringles?
what? Since you want to invest in charisma, this one might actually work. The charlatan, which is you've always had a way with people. You know what makes them tick. You can tease out their heart's desires after a few minutes.
Yeah, I like that because he's that my idea for him is that he's just a natural with people. He's just
yeah, I didn't think about that, but now that I'm thinking about it, since you want to invest so heavily in charisma, that might actually make sense. You've just always had a natural way with people from the moment you woke up. You were scared and frightened. All of a sudden, these people come walking, and you're like, ah! And you're like, oh, wow. They're like, oh, wow, you're here. Like, I don't know. And then you start talking to them, and they instantly are getting along with you.
Yeah. I think maybe I'll be. I think we'll talk about how I might be introduced to people. I have ideas on that. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But the charlatan I think is really interesting. Let me just go through them all just to be safe.
night, Virginia.
The charlatan is like you have a way with people. You know how to tease their hearts out. You can read them like they were children's books, essentially. And the charlatan can have schemes. So like, you cheat at games of chance. You shave coins or forge documents.
I don't know if I'll ever do that because I'm still good. Maybe okay. I can't always say that those could be. Well, but I mean, there's nothing to say that doing forging documents in a situation couldn't be something that is actually good to do. Like if the people are evil and you need to somehow.
But it could be like you. There's another one that says like you put on new identities like clothes.
I like that idea. We could probably, well, as a rogue, that would really help to be able to do that, right? And
yeah.
To just be able to blend into the background when necessary.
Hmm?
Become another person.
The criminal is definitely not you, Mr. Neutral Good.
Yeah.
Entertainer, I don't think so.
Yeah, definitely not.
Entertainers, like you thrive in front of an audience, you know how to entertain
them. Nah, definitely not.
It is still a charisma-based one, but it's more like you're doing acts to
yeah, that's like a bard or something along those lines.
Well, it doesn't have to be a bard. Bards are classed, but yeah, bards typically will choose the entertainer background.
Mm. Yeah, something. I'm liking the charlatan. Wait, is
Yeah.
that right? Charlatan.
Yeah, charlatan.
Okay.
There's also like the folk hero, which doesn't really fit. It's like you come from a humble rank and like the town loves you, that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Guild
but that.
artisan.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's like guild artisan, noble.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
thinking you're right. Is
outlet.
that there's just very few things that actually work, and I think we got it. I think we'll just go with the charlatan.
Okay, cool. So you can go ahead in the background write down charlatan.
That's not how you charlatan.
CHARLATAN.
Charlotte. Oh, so I almost had it right. I did TON, but that still looks wrong to me. But whatever. I'm gonna go with you have it right. I'm sure. But even if it looks wrong, to see that, guys, that's critical thinking for you. Even though to me it looks wrong, I know that Ashkowski has it right. So we're gonna
I
go
mean,
with
it could
Ashkowski.
be wrong, but it's the way that it's printed in the book.
Well, if it's printed in the book, then it can't be wrong because that's where it comes from. That's where it all
True.
comes from. So if somebody else types it in a different way, they're wrong because the book is the source.
Exactly. Now, since we're doing your background
What's up, Bloody
first,
and Shinj?
what I want you to do is, do you see where you have saving throws and then you have the skills as well underneath that?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to be looking at skills for a second.
Okay.
Because the charlatan gains 2 skill proficiencies. They gain proficiency in deception and in sleight of hand.
Okay.
So what you want to do is just tick the little bubble.
And then do I put anything in the boxes?
Don't put anything in the boxes yet.
Okay.
Just tick the bubbles because we haven't done your stats. And then once we do your stats, we get into your proficiencies and skills and stuff.
Okay, sounds good. Got it.
If you scroll down a little bit further, there's a text section for proficiencies in languages.
Okay.
And you get 2 tool proficiencies as well.
So what do I put in this box?
Just put tools and then colon space.
I probably
you
don't
get
have
a
space for that.
disguise kit and a forgery kit.
Okay. Should I bullet point them or just comma?
It's probably better if you do just the way you did it, like commas and spaces.
Yeah, it uses less space.
It's gonna automatically make the text smaller as it takes up more room.
Ah, gotcha.
So doing it this way is probably the easiest.
Wait, would I not put that under equipment?
You're gonna put that under your there because it's your proficiency in it. We're gonna also put it in your equipment, but yeah. So in your equipment, you have the following. You have a set of fine clothes, so like fancier stuff.
Okay.
You have the disguise kit. You have one more thing, which is the tools of the con of your choice. So
Wait.
it could be 10 stoppered bottles filled with colored liquid, a set of weighted dice, a deck of marked cards, or a signet ring of an imaginary dupe. Now, if we're going to go with the idea of you put on new identities like clothes,
it's the signet ring.
I like the idea of doing the signet ring.
Yeah, signet ring for sure.
Because you could dress up as a imaginary dupe from some
for sure,
faraway
100%,
land.
no doubt.
Yeah.
No, we're not actually R2D2. We're just a little robot that's still humanoid.
You want to specify on their signet ring of an imaginary duke.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
nobles also get signet ring. So you could either put of an imaginary duke or fake signet ring, either way.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll say fake for the sake of space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Dude, yeah, good.
Okay. Because the stream's like a few seconds behind or talking, so
yeah, no worries. I have pretty much everything done as you've explained it through, so you can just keep on explaining, and then I should be able to keep up.
The right section next to that's your features.
Wait, hold on. I'm kidding. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I forgot
one more thing. Sorry, I'm dumb.
What's up?
Equipment.
Yes.
Go back to equipment for a second.
Here.
Okay. You see on the side where it says BP, SP, EP, all that?
Yes.
Under GP, which is gold pieces, you're going to put 15. 15.
Oh, let me clarify. 15. I'm kidding. Okay, then we're into the features and traits.
Yeah, now we're into features and traits.
Okay.
And the feature you get is called false identity.
Okay, is this comma as well?
Or colon, whatever. So essentially, you've created a second identity that includes documentation, established acquaintances, and disguises that allows you to assume that persona. So however you want to phrase that to make it the shortest way possible.
You'll laugh when you read it.
I cannot wait. Secret agent. Secret agent bot.
Hold on.
Oh, I love that.
With the we'll put quotes so that it's just the name secret agent.
Yeah. So yeah, you have the documentation, you have the acquaintances, you have the disguises. In addition, you can forge documents, including official papers and personal letters, as long as you have seen an example of the kind of document or the handwriting you are trying to copy.
Okay. I was actually thinking I might need one. I think I need one more word in here. Secret agent, alibis, right?
Secret agent identity.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Or alibi, whichever one.
No, we'll do identity. Okay. Just so it's more clear in the future, rather than just straight up secret agent.
Yeah.
Okay, so then do I put am I supposed to write that? What you wanted me to? With the
you didn't need to type out everything. Don't worry about it. But I just thought the funniest thing.
What?
Instead of secret agent man, because you're like made of metal, you're secret agent can.
Secret agent can.
Okay.
It's freaking hilarious.
The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go up to the section above that, which is your personality trait, your ideal, your bond, and your flaw.
Okay.
Those 4 boxes.
And
now we can do this one of 2 ways. One is I read every single one to you, and you choose whichever one fits best. Or you can roll the die and just tell me what number pops up, and I can give you the personality trait.
Well, what does this personality traits mean? Quite.
So it's just like a idea of something about your character. So like to give you a couple examples from another background, the criminal. One of them is like, I always have a plan for what to do when things go wrong. I'm always calm no matter the situation.
Okay, so I feel like that is something that would probably be out of the control the control of the person or the being, and that would be more based in the environment that they were raised in. So I think we should do a roll.
Okay. Um, what I want you to do is pick up the 8-sided die and just roll that and tell me what number you get. And of course, the people on the stream will see it immediately, but I will not. So just tell me.
It is a 2.
You got a 2.
I did.
Okay, so the 2 is I have a joke for every occasion, especially occasions where humor is inappropriate.
Oh, but I'll never. But okay, well that's okay. That's okay. I'm never gonna use an joke in an inappropriate situation. Is this gonna force me to use a joke in inappropriate?
No.
Okay, I'll
You're
never
not
do that.
forced to do anything.
But having a joke for every occasion sounds fun.
Yeah.
And it'll fit with the charisma as well.
Yeah. The ideal, I'm not gonna have you roll for because it's actually kind of tied to your alignment somewhat. So
Okay.
there are
Wait,
3
what?
here.
What am I gonna put in? What's the exact thing I want to put in personality traits?
Over personality trait. I have a joke for every occasion. That works.
Okay. And then
So
ideals.
yeah, moving down to your ideal. Ideals are kind of tied to your alignment, and since you're neutral good, there's 3 here that could fit.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read these aloud.
Go ahead.
So the first one is charity. I distribute the money I acquired to the people who really need it. The second one is friendship. Material goods come and go, bonds of friendship last forever. And the last one is aspiration. I'm determined to make something of myself.
Well, if we know me, I'll probably put that same thing on him, and that's aspiration.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Boom. Okay, bonds.
Sweet. Bond. We could... Actually... You know what? I like the idea of leaving the bond as nothing.
No
Because
bonds.
all of these are like, I did someone wrong, or I owe everything to my mentor. Somewhere out there, I have a child who doesn't know me.
Yeah,
something
no.
like that. It's bond to the world.
Yeah, it's just
But your
bond.
character just woke up.
Yeah,
with
there's like
no memory of anything.
no bonds at all.
So I
yeah.
like the idea of having no bond. Yeah.
That's good.
Now flaws. These we could actually tie to your character. So once again, I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick it, or do you want it to be random?
Okay, yeah, we can. So what are some of these flaws that we have? Like, what are the possible flaws?
One is I can't resist a pretty face. One is I'm always in debt. One is I'm convinced no one could ever fool me the way I fool others. One is like I'm too greedy for my own good. I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me. I'll run and preserve my own hide if it gets tough.
There's a lot of these I would really rather not have, so I think I'm gonna choose this one because I'll choose a realistic one, but most of these I shudder to even think about them. Anywho, go continue.
Those are the 6. There's only
Okay,
6.
okay. What was the first one again? What was the first few?
The first one was I can't resist a pretty face. The
Okay.
second one was I'm always in debt, and specifically, I'll spend my ill-gotten gains on decadent luxuries faster than I bring them in.
No.
The third one is I'm convinced that no one could ever fool me the way that I fool others. The fourth one was I'm too greedy for my own good.
No.
I can't resist taking a risk if there's money involved. The fifth was I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me.
You
And the
know,
sixth one was I hate to admit it and I will hate myself for it, but I'll run and preserve my own hide if the going gets tough.
okay, it's for me. I think if I have to choose one, it would be between 1 and 5.
One and five.
Can't resist a
You
pretty
wanna roll for
face,
it?
or the can't resist swindling people more powerful. But those are the only two that I can even stomach my character having.
Okay. Well, I mean, the idea is that they are flawed, so.
I know.
But do you want to roll for it? We could roll between the two. You could roll 6-sided die, and if you get evens, you do one, and if you get odds, you do the other.
Sure, we'll do a roll for it.
Okay. I'm gonna call it evens. You get I can't resist a pretty face. Odds, you get I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful.
Okay, let's go.
Time for the roll.
Odd. I'm gonna
Odd?
be swindling the crap out of some powerful people.
Okay. Yeah, I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I'm not okay with any of them, but they are, as you said, they are flaws.
Yeah.
But since I am supposed to be playing this character, I don't think I could accurately portray somebody who does these other things because, I don't do those, and I wouldn't even think about. No. Man, I literally hate the idea of affecting somebody else negatively, guys. It is. Can't admit flaws. Oh, I'm more than willing to admit my flaws. I'm 100 more than willing to admit my flaws, but those aren't some of them. Not those. None of my personal flaws are that, but you guys know I am 100% willing to admit whenever I have a flaw. I'm a con man. All the con, clearly. Okay, so what was my flaw again? Sorry. Swindling.
Yeah, I can't resist swindling people who are more powerful than me.
Okay. I can't resist swindling people that are more powerful than me. Boom. Oh, and then I just hit delete on it. Thanks, me. I cannot control Z that.
Oh, rip. Yeah, you said it, and then a few seconds later, I saw it.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it this way. Clink can't resist swindling people more powerful than him. Do it more like a third person for this guy.
Putting the name in, I like that.
Clink has a joke for every.
And with that, we are actually done with the background. Now we get to the
Nice.
fun stuff. We're gonna roll for stats.
Roll for stats. These things right over.
Okay, so for this, I do not want you to put it into the specific space as your roll. What would actually be best is if you have somewhere on the side that you can just input the numbers as you get them.
Okay. Wait.
So we're not putting this in saving throws. In the section to the left of that, right, the score, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those ones. Okay, I got them all in there now. Okay. So, how does this work? I roll them and then I just input them as I roll them, or?
Yeah, if you have somewhere on the side where you can just put the numbers down, just roll your 4d6. If you get ones, you re-roll those ones. And then you add up the top 3 numbers.
Okay. And then, but like
Not
that, whatever number that is goes into strength. I don't get to choose.
Well, no, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay,
put
okay.
it somewhere on the side. Don't put it into your strength dexterity.
Oh, okay. We'll do that.
Because we're going to roll all of them, and then we're going to have you decide.
Gotcha.
The thing we have to keep in mind is you're actually going to get some bonuses based on the race you took.
Gotcha.
So you're going to get 2 additional to your dexterity score. You're going to get 1 additional to your constitution score.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that might affect what numbers you put in places.
Okay, we
like,
ready?
let's say you got a 16 and an 8. If you put the 18 in your charisma, you could still put the 16 in dexterity and have dexterity be tied for your highest stat alongside charisma.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start rolling.
Okay.
There's a 1. 5, 4, 4. So 8, 13.
13's not bad.
13. And I'll just put a space.
Let me know if you get all 6s, by the way. If that ever happens, let me know. Like all 4 6s.
All 4 6s? Okay. I don't think that'll happen. 5, 5, 6. Oh, I need to put a space there. How many do I roll? Just 6?
Yeah, 6.
6, 6, 3. 6, 5, 3. Wow, these are pretty decent stats.
Yeah. Now you understand why I like rolling for stats.
Hey, what's up, Twisted?
Point by. Hey, Twisted.
Oh man, I had to end on a pretty low one considering.
Like I said, everyone has a dump stat.
Yep. 7, 6 is 13.
Hey, I'm looking at the screen right now. You have 16, 3 15s,
and 2 13s.
and 2 13s. That is not bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty decent.
That is pretty dang good.
That is pretty dang decent. I have to. Even me not being the super awesome knowledge of this, I know that that's pretty good. 16 to my charisma.
Give me a second, because I'm gonna go to my ability score section. If I can remember where that is.
You caught some crab, Twisted? That sounds delish.
$174. Got it.
You tried your hand on this once but couldn't get it. It's pretty complicated. That's why, I wouldn't have done this if I didn't have Ashkowski, who is an experienced DM, to DM it. I wouldn't have had the knowledge to DM it.
I will say this: I'm experienced, but I'm actually not super experienced with like D&D 5th edition.
But
I actually got my start DMing with Vampire the Masquerade. Which is a style of game completely. Instead of rolling all these different dice, you're just rolling 10s basically.
Gotcha.
So that's a very different game compared to this one. But I have been DMing D&D since, I want to say maybe 3 years ago. Off and on.
Gotcha.
But I've been DMing Vampire the Masquerade as well, custom
Night Twisted
rule sets that I made at least 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But still, you have way more experience than I would have for this, for far sure. Okay, so what are we doing next?
Okay, so you put the 16 in charisma on.
Yeah.
Which is going to give you a +3 modifier. So the modifier you want to put in the little bubble, and then you leave the big score in the big box.
Got it. And then we
Plus
just...
3. You want to make sure you add the plus.
Oh, that's actually yeah.
Because there are minuses in this game.
Indeed.
Judging from your scores, you will not get any, but there are minuses in this game.
Yes, I remember about the minuses.
Yeah. So you're putting your 16 charisma, which we already talked about previously.
Yep. And we
Next
probably want a
are
15.
the other scores.
Probably want a
So
15
you
in
have
dex.
15s. Yeah, 15 in dex, obviously, because you're a rogue. You don't want to make that your dex stat. That would be awful.
Yeah.
But don't put 15 in there.
Huh?
Because you also have your race modifier. Your race modifier gives you an additional 2 to that. So you actually have a 17 in dexterity.
Oh, a 17 base, and then we have a modifier. Oh wait, no, or do we do 15
Okay, so,
and then plus 2 is what you were saying.
Yeah, let me clarify this for people watching at home and also for you. The big score that we're putting in the big box, that is what's called your ability score. That is the number that says this is how strong you are. The modifier, what we're putting in the smaller bubble, is what you'll actually be adding when you do a... So, like, let's say you're trying to attack a troll or something. You're going to add that bonus on there. So instead of adding 15 or 17, you're actually going to be adding the you're actually going to be adding the plus whatever. So yeah, Kink, the 15 is actually 17. Because the way it works is, for your race, you get certain ability score improvements.
Okay, so I do write 17 then.
Correct.
Okay.
The plus 2 that you're getting is based on your race. So since your race is a Warforged Scout, the Warforged Scout gets a plus 2 to Dexterity and a plus 1 Constitution. So that's going to affect your ability score.
Gotcha.
Now, your actual modifier for Dexterity is going to be a plus 3.
Okay, got it.
So in the little bubble, you'll put plus 3.
Got that. Okay, so then 17 dex and a plus 3 in the bubble.
Right. Now, the thing is, your Constitution doesn't affect too much in terms of skills and saving throws.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about... Go ahead.
But the number one big thing it affects is your hit point.
Yeah, I'm actually really not concerned. I'll probably use that as my dump stat.
Okay. The other scores to talk about. Strength is 1. You don't really need that as a rogue because you're going to be attacking with your dexterity. Yeah. You're going to be moving around with your dexterity. That being said, if you want to be strong and be able to do things like athletics, that might help.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so this might depend on the intelligence and wisdom then. I don't need too much. I mean, I think I want 15 in intelligence just because... Wait, what do I need?
Well, let me explain what the other 2 are.
Okay.
So intelligence is what wizards use for spellcasting, but also it's important for a lot of the knowledge-based skills.
Yeah.
So your knowledge of magic is arcana, your knowledge of history, your knowledge of nature,
I'm gonna need that.
Your ability to investigate. So investigation is like actively looking around, moving things around, trying to figure out what's happening, maybe asking people some questions, etc.
Yeah.
Wisdom, however, is very important for 2 major things. Perception and insight.
Yeah, we're gonna go 15,
your ability
15.
to perceive things, or see things, hear things, etc. And also your ability to tell whether people are telling the truth or not.
Yeah, that's all very important.
About what they're saying. So wisdom is definitely, I would say, at least in my opinion.
Okay, so
the 2 that are debatable for what you want to do would definitely be intelligence and strength. I think those 2 would be the most debatable.
You think I should switch them around and I should have 15 strength and 13 intelligence?
I could see arguments for both. That's what I'm saying.
So if I had a higher strength, that would just give me the ability to just do more athletics.
For strong things. So, like, if you had to make a strength saving throw against, like, being grappled or being pinned down, it also helps when it comes to athletic feats. So, like, let's say there's an athletics competition or an arm wrestling contest. Those things would be athletics.
I'm not. My guy's tiny, so like when it comes to like in this realm, is that relative? Is my tiny little guy?
Relative, yes.
My tiny little guy is not going to be able to out. No matter, I mean, unless he's somehow was more dense and heavier than these other people. Can I throw somebody that is twice my size with as easily as I would? Is that like I'm like my strength? I would be weaker because I'm a tiny little dude. I mean,
not necessarily. Let me put it this way. You're a robot, so you could have parts in there that make you maybe not as strong. Or you could have parts in there that are really focused on strength. So, like, for instance, talking BattleBots here because I'm a nerd. You have the robots that are focused on moving fast, trying to get under them, maybe flip them. Those would be your, like, dexterity-based robots. Meanwhile, you have robots that are trying to get in there and, like, hammer them down, or that are trying to bite into them. Those would be more like strength-based robots.
Yeah, honestly, I'm liking the idea of leaving strength lower and then
Okay.
But Paul, that's a very good point, Paul. And Ant lifts it 10 times.
That's true.
I think it's more than that even. I think it might even be more than that. Ants can lift quite a bit, being very small. But that's also taking into the smallness into account as well.
Like, let me put it this way: if you did have a somewhat stronger build, you could definitely be stronger than like an elf wizard.
As a tiny little guy, I could throw an elf wizard across the room.
Probably could. Maybe not across the room, but at least a few feet.
As a tiny little dude. Okay.
And also, you could think of it this way. Maybe, like, for instance, if there is a sandbag throwing competition, because we're talking fantasy. If there's a sandbag throwing competition, maybe your pistons fire so fast that you just fling it super hard.
That could be funny. Okay, yeah, I guess we can switch up the intelligence and I
mean, there's arguments for both, like I said. I'm just saying, don't rule out strength, don't rule out... It's just figure out which one.
Yeah, no, we can do that.
Okay.
You feel so good, Juju. How are you doing?
So, to go over the scores, what is your strength?
15. Plus 1.
So that's a +2 modifier.
+2.
Your dexterity should be 17 and a +3.
Yep. Constitution 13 plus 1.
Correct.
And then intelligence, what's the 13? No modifier yet.
Wait a second. No, Constitution. That's actually a 14.
A 14
because
base.
You get the +1 from your race-based bonus.
Ah.
So since you have a 14, you actually have a +2.
Oh, nice.
14 and a 15 share the same modifier. Yeah.
Okay, so then 13 intelligence with a plus or
1.
Minus a +1.
+1, yeah.
Wisdom 15. What's the modifier?
+2.
And then charisma 16 with a +3.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, and then a passive wisdom, you said? That's down here.
Passive wisdom. That is going to be talked about in a second.
Okay.
After we cover all of your skills.
Okay.
But basically, passive wisdom is something that I would especially use as DM. Like, if you're not actively trying to sense anything, maybe it's just someone's trying to creep up on you, and you can hear the crunch of the foliage behind you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's passive perception, and that is 10 plus whatever your perception modifier is good. So, Next, I want to go over your race and your class. Which one would you like to do first?
Race first.
Okay, so we're using the Warforged, so I actually need to switch over to the Warforged tab because I do not have it in any of my. So, for the Warforged, we're going to ignore the base ability score increase because the way the Warforged works, if you have a sub race, you do not gain the base ability score and the sub race. You just gain the sub race. So, your age. They're built to last. The maximum age for a Warforged has not yet been determined. But since you just woke up, you can make the argument that you don't even know your own
age. We don't even know our own age, and I would say we don't know the age, how old we are.
Okay, so
and then that gives
on the second page of the character sheet, they have the character name, and then they have like your age, height, weight, eyes, skin, hair. Under age, just put like 3 question marks.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, alignment. They're usually neutral. However, they may change the alignments of their creators, which fits because you are neutral in terms of lawful, chaotic, and then you're good.
Mm-hmm.
So that might say something about who. The size. The average Warforged stands between 5 foot and 6 foot, but that's different when you're a scout. So we scroll down to the physical descriptions for sub-races and stuff. Scouts stand anywhere from 2 feet and 10 inches to 3 feet and 6 inches in height. Where do you want to be on that scale? And of course you can go slightly above and slightly below.
So, what's the... Probably just as tall as we can.
Okay, so like 3'6", or do you want to be like abnormally 3'7", 3'8"?
Let's go like 3'4".
3'4"? Okay, I like that. And then they weigh anywhere between 35 and 50 pounds.
50 pounds. So we have
okay.
To make the most sense out of the throwing a mage across the room.
Yeah.
Because to me, a little guy can't do that unless he's super dense and super heavy. So, but I mean, this is a fantastical world, so it doesn't need to make 100% sense on that sense.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go with 50. I'll go for 50 so we can get as close to that as possible.
Okay, sweet. You don't really have hair.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So we can just leave that part blank. Skin, it's just metal.
Wait, we could have fiber optic at some point, maybe. Like, that could be the hair at some point, maybe. Like,
yeah, maybe.
It doesn't matter.
But skin, it's metal. Do you want to determine what type of metal it is?
We won't know. How about that's something you roll for that we have to find, that I have to find out later, because I don't know.
Well, you would know as soon as you woke up.
I would know what the various metals?
Or at least you would know kind of like
what it looks like.
Or at least what it looks like.
Yeah, what it looks like. It would probably be
maybe some sort of like a steel color, or
yeah, maybe like just a tarnished steel ish.
Okay, so like a steel/silver.
I feel like it should be more rustic. Like almost a rusted steel, but I don't think he should be necessarily rusted, just something that's not necessarily shiny, something that still absorbs a lot of light, but just like
more scuffed up. Yeah.
More scuffed up, yeah. What's up, Jess? Okay. Kink with no hair. Hey, what's up, Corey?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess we can cover speed. So your speed, if you were a normal warforged, would be 30 feet. But you were specifically built for speed and mobility. So your base speed is actually 35 feet, and that's all the way at the top of the character sheet.
Okay.
Well, not all the way at the top, but it's like up there. You'll see in the middle section there's class initiative.
Boom.
So your speed is 35.
Got it.
And while we're up there on the first page, if you could scroll back down to proficiencies and languages, we'll cover your languages right now. So you can speak Common, which basically think like English almost.
Yeah.
So it's like what most people can speak. And you can also speak Sylvan, Sylvan.
Okay. Boom.
So that's fun.
Cherry Mizu, right? They're adorbs.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't put my height. Sorry, 3'4".
Oh yeah, 3'4". Okay.
And weight 50 pounds. None.
Now we are going to move over to your features and traits. Because you have a few.
Just one or two, maybe. Okay.
More like I think 5 or 6.
Okay, so do I write it as feature or trait? Features.
Just scroll down to that area and just make a new line.
Down, like way down in the box.
You don't have to do like way down, but like just make a new line. You don't have to say features or traits or anything because we're gonna put in the name of the thing and the text. So the first trait or feature that you have, it's called a trait, okay? First trait you have is living construct. So you are a construct. You built.
Yeah.
You aren't like born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You aren't like some animal, humanoid person. Construct. So, in addition, and by the way, if you want, you have the website up. You can just copy and paste this from the website. That's where I'm reading it from. But you are immune to the poison condition, sleep, fear, and disease effect.
Wait, where on the website?
It's at the very top. Scroll to the very top.
Ah, this one. Okay, and I just
Living
copy.
construct.
You are a construct.
So for the folks at home, if you don't want to read the screen, you're immune to poison, sleep, fear, and disease effects. You have resistance to piercing damage. You have resistance to slashing damage unless the roll is a critical. In which case you take the critical damage. You're weak to lightning and fire. You do not need to eat, sleep, or breathe, and you cannot gain the magical effects from consumables or recover HP from potions.
That makes sense.
I'm going to get rid of the part where it says as a warforged you receive only half of your HP during a short rest.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I'm going to tinker with stuff as we go, and I'm just going to say during your short or long rest, you're going to use the repair kit that's going to be mentioned in a second.
Okay.
So, speaking of which, you ready for the next one?
Yes, I just copied from in addition all the way to the second to last sentence and then living construct.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is artificial anatomy, which you can just pretty much copy and paste, and if you need to take something out, I'll tell you. But for the people at home, as a warforged, you gain advantage on all death saving throws. Huge. Basically, this is the difference between life and death, quite literally. If you go unconscious, if you go to 0 hit points, you have to start rolling death saving throws, which you don't get a bonus on. It's just you roll the d20 above 10, then you succeed. If below, you fail. But since you gain advantage, you get to roll twice, take the better result, which is great. A warforged can recover hit points through repairs using a Warforged repair kit, which for the purposes of making this easy, I'm going to say you woke up with that on your sim.
Okay.
So if you want to add that to your equipment, you can.
Warforged repair kit.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually going to remove that out of this.
Yeah. It's a set of artisan's tools that are specifically designed for the purpose of repairing a warforged. And the amount of HP recovered from 8 hours of work is equal to the hit points that would be gained from rest. So you could be working on yourself for 8 hours.
Oh, dang it. I should probably have this in a separate note by itself. Hold on.
And so if you need to, say your Warforged repair kit gets lost or something, or stolen even, you can use a jeweler's, mason's, smith's, or tinker's tools to repair yourself at half efficiency. So essentially you'd recover half the HP if you used one of those kits.
Okay. Yeah, I'm putting these in a side note instead of being a part of that. So that
that works.
Notes on heal.
There's also a section on the second page for additional traits if you just want to put it down there.
Okay. Cost. Okay, I can delete all this stuff. As a Warforged, should I
delete the last sentence which says work with your DM to determine the cost?
Do I need as a Warforged you gain advantage on all death saving throws in that?
That part is very important. Yes.
Okay. Okay, and then next part is power down.
Yeah, power down. So it's kind of similar to what you'd get if you were an elf. So elves don't go to sleep; they go into a period of deep meditation. For you, though, it's you literally power down. You go into like an inert state every day, whenever you choose. Yeah. And except for the HP gain, you basically gain the effects of rest.
Okay.
So, like, if there's any rogue features that you get back after a long rest, those will come back just from 4 hours of powering down.
Okie dokie.
And lastly, we have Forged for War. So as a Warforged, your body is covered in composite plating that makes you inherently armored. This plating takes the place of armor and thus cannot be worn with armor. And the plating is considered light armor.
Okay.
Because of this, when you have magic items or magically enchanted items, when people enchant the items, they can enchant stuff like weapons and armor. Since you don't wear armor, you can literally enchant your body as armor.
I like it.
So you could add an enchantment to your body that would be added to, say, a piece of armor. Or let's say you encounter a piece of armor that has a magical effect on it. You could try and find someone to transfer the effect from that armor to you.
Nice.
And you can choose to remove your plating or to have been constructed without it, which we're not going to do. But that's dumb.
Yeah.
Because that would also remove the AC bonus, but it would free the armor slot. Which, for a rogue, it's actually better if you have that light armor on. That's just going to naturally improve your AC.
Okay.
So speaking of AC, we can actually cover that right now. So if you scroll up to the top of your sheet again, where you put in the speed, there's going to be a section slightly to the left of that says armor. Your armor class is going to be 13 because of your stealthy scoutness.
Okay.
Plus whatever your dexterity modifier is.
Okay. So 16.
Yep.
That's a pretty high armor class.
I will say is insanely high.
It's a really high armor class. Like, you paladins are sitting there with like 9s.
No. Paladins have like about 16 or 18.
Wait, what? They have what?
For paladin armor classes, if they have a shield, it's at around 18.
Oh, it's at around 18.
Shield, they're working at 16.
16? Okay, I'm not sure which one. I was thinking with 9 then. I remember a heavy... I was remembering one class that was pretty heavily armored, but only had like, well, maybe I'm just remembering wrong. Very possible. Anyways, moving on. That's armor class. We got our armor class at 16 there.
Okay, so we're done with all the base war stuff. Now we're gonna move into the stuff specifically for the scout.
Okay.
If you want to note this down, you can, but we already kind of covered it. Fleet of foot and light frame, which cover your speed and your AC. If you want to write those down, you can. You don't have to.
Well, are they gonna? Am I gonna need to know what they do as I'm playing?
You won't need to have the. You won't need to look at the trait in order to know it.
Okay,
because
so
it's already going to be denoted with your armor class and your speed.
Okay, well then just explain it, but I won't write it down.
Yeah, so essentially the reason why your speed is 35 feet is because of the ability Fleet of Foot for being a war scout. So you were built specifically as scout to be speedy and mobile. And because of that, they built you to run really fast, and so your base speed is 35 feet. 5 feet faster than pretty much any other. There are a few races that get up.
Yeah, and that's going to help a lot, really, to be that fast.
And then the reason why your AC, the light frame. So you have a light frame that is your armor, that is your body.
Yeah.
So it was built light, so it's 13 AC or armor class. Then you add on your dexterity modifier on top of that. So since yours is +3, 13 plus 3 is 16.
Yep.
Now, for comparison, there's the Warforged Juggernaut, which is built to be very strong. And they have a very heavy plating. Their armor class is 18.
Wow.
So that gives you an example.
Yeah.
That being said, they also have disadvantage on stealth checks because it's treated as heavy armor and very clanky.
Yeah, and we're rogues, so we definitely don't want to be like, running at people with the heaviest armors.
Right. The last ability you have actually is important. Dark Vision.
Dark Vision?
A lot of races have this, but essentially what it is 60 feet in front of you. If the light is dim, you're able to see as if it were bright light. If it's completely dark, you're able to see as if it were dim light. The difference is you can only discern color in darkness, or you cannot discern color in darkness. You can only see in grayscale.
Okay, hold on. Let me get the wording for this right. For 60 feet.
You can just copy it for the Warforged page. Under Warforged Scout.
Well, I'm gonna put it in less words. If they worded it just as you read it, then I'm gonna try to get it in less words than that.
If you want to put in the least amount of words possible, you could literally just write Dark Vision 60.
Dark Vision 60.
Because Dark Vision is such a common trait. If you tell me you have Dark Vision, I'll know immediately what you mean.
Okay. Dark Vision 60. Well, I'm gonna just so that I know, I'm still gonna put the description of it. Descript. And it's going to be, can see full in dim light, dim and no light?
Right.
Dim and
so
no
if you're
light,
in complete
and then
darkness,
only
you see
in grayscale.
And then if it's like dimly lit, like maybe just a few torches on the walls or something, see that well? You'll actually be able to see as if it was brightly lit out, like the sun was out or something. The only difference is you will not be able to see in color, you will only be able to see in grayscale.
Well, that's the nature of being a robot, I guess.
Actually, that's just the plain nature of dark vision. If you were an elf, they have dark vision too, and that'd be the exact same.
Well, okay. What's the best command?
I just want to clarify that. It's not because you're a robot.
But I might be able to believe that it was my creator's decision. That bastard.
True. Yeah.
Anyhow.
There'll be an elf and somebody else just replicating the scene for Frozen, where they're like, "I'm gonna tell him," and they're like, "Don't you dare!"
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Okay, that's it for the race. Now we move on to your class, the road.
The rogue. The rogue. Where would I... Do we have a class, like, section?
Yeah, there's... Well, no, there's no, like, class section. It's gonna be all intermingled with all your other... But I had to flip to the rogue page.
Okay. You want to pass me that
first,
link
go all
really
the way up
quick?
to the top. There's that little section above your saving throws called proficiency throws.
Yeah.
That is a +2.
Saving throws above proficiency throws at a +2? Inspiration?
No, just proficiency.
Just proficiency bonus. Okay, +2.
That's
got
a +2. So in other words, you know those things you bubbled in earlier?
Mm-hmm.
The way those work is if it isn't bubbled in, you just add whatever stat is associated with it. So like acrobatics currently isn't bubbled in, and that's a dexterity based one. You would type in +3 for that. Don't do it yet, because that might change. But if it is bubbled in, like for instance deception, you're going to add that ability modifier, which I believe is +3, and your proficiency bonus. So the deception would be +5.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So if you're proficient in something, you get a little bit of a bonus to it.
Nice. Okay.
One thing in your attacks and spell casting, there's that big box.
Yep.
And if you could just write in there, sneak attack : 1d6. And basically what that is it's a rogue feature, which I'll explain in a second, because we're going to talk about the features and everything. But essentially, if you are doing something from a place where they can't see you, so like let's say you are creeping up behind them and you stab them with a dagger, or the other option is, let's say your friend is on the opposite side attacking them, and then you attack them from the opposite side. Those situations will grant you advantage, and in addition, if you hit, you deal an extra 1d6 of damage.
Nice.
Now, that will actually grow as you become a stronger rogue, up to 19th and 20th level, where that becomes 10d6.
Wow. So, like, kill everything in one hit.
Yeah. Well, not one hit, no. There are some things in here with hundreds of HP. But you could deal a massive hit with sneak attack, for sure.
Nice.
And there is a reason why I try to limit rogues that I have in a game. Because sneak attack is just plain strong.
Right.
I have played in a party that has all rogue. It becomes very not fun very quick.
Right.
Because everyone's always trying to steal or something, because they always play the rogue that's a criminal.
Oh, well, I'm definitely not that. That's definitely not going to happen with me as a rogue.
Yeah.
I'm probably the least likely rogue to happen.
Everyone always does their sneak attacks, and they take out a guy in, like, 2 seconds. And it's just not fun. It becomes boring quickly when you have a party of all.
Right. I would assume. Definitely.
Or it becomes annoying because there's that one rogue who always has to steal and always gets caught. You know, and that's her.
That's fine.
We can do your hit points next, actually.
Okay.
So, under your hit points, there's a section that says total, and then there's the big box.
Mm-hmm.
So, your current hit point maximum is going to be 8 plus your Constitution mod.
So, 8 plus 2?
Correct. So, you have 10 hit points.
I probably don't have to put 8 plus 2 in there.
Yeah, just put 10.
Alright.
10 hit point maximum. Current hit points is 10.
And then
You really need to either
temper.
be hiding or using that armor class. Because 1 or 2 hits, you will die.
All the dead. All the dead.
But generally, the rogues aren't the ones getting hit. Because generally, they're either hiding or really just hiding, honestly. Yeah, you don't have any temporary hit points. You can actually just leave that section blank if you want. Your hit dice is 1d8 per rogue level. You are currently a level 1 rogue, so it's just 1d8.
Okay.
Under total as well as just hit dice.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to move back to the proficiency section.
Proficiency. Down here.
The bottom section where it's proficiencies in languages.
Yep, I am there.
Okay, yeah, you're there? Good.
Mm-hmm.
So, here is what you are proficient in. They break it down into categories, but honestly, it's just easier to do it once. The one thing I am going to separate, though, is under tools, you're going to add one more thing to that, which is Thieves' Tool. Now, despite the name, you don't have to use these tools to steal from people.
Well, but I mean, I might, I'm not opposed to stealing, but it might be not the stealing of necessarily, from like a flippin', rundown house of family of 4.
Oh yeah, no.
It'll if I did steal, it might be from like some rich dude that I need their I don't know, their ring of specialness. They're just using it for evil.
What I'm saying is that thieves' tools aren't actually explicitly used for stealing. What thieves' tools are they are used for like lock picking, disarming traps, that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
So if you're in a dungeon and you discover that there's like an arrow trap or something, you can use your thieves' tools to disarm the trap. Or let's say you come to a locked door, you can use your thieves' tools to try and unlock that door.
Gotcha.
Now, because you're proficient in it, you will get that +2 modifier in addition to your dexterity. That's how it works.
Okay.
If you want to put in parentheses the modifier that you get from that, you can.
Okay, what's the modifier again?
So it would be the 2 proficiency bonus +3 for dexterity, so +5.
With thieves' tools, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now I want you to go to a same section, and we're gonna cover the armor and weapons that you have proficiency in. You can just keep this all in one section if you
want. Okay.
So you're proficient in light armor, which your body is your armor. You don't really have to worry much about that. You're also proficient in simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna move back up to the saving throws and.
Okay.
Also, I just read Alpine. I hope this isn't a drinking game. Oh, it can be if you want it to be.
Right.
The best drinking game is drink every single time.
Paul.
Fail or a critical success. So when they roll a 1 or 20 on a d20. Best drinking game ever. And by best, I mean drink responsibly. So your saving throws. You are proficient in dexterity and intelligence.
Okay. So what do I put in
Clicks
there?
the bubbles for dexterity and
Oh,
agility.
okay. And so that means that like I get the plus from their bubbles.
Right. So you get the proficiency bonus and the ability modifier.
Okay,
So like for dexterity, for instance, it's the 3 plus the 2, so it's a +5.
Okay, and then it would be 3 plus 1 for intelligence, so 4. No?
Wait, intelligence is +1, and then you have the +2 to your proficiency.
Oh, so plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and then strength, constitution?
For the other ones, you just put in the ability modifier. So strength is +2, constitution is +2.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's what, yeah. And when you're done filling those out, let me know and we'll
Done.
guild. You're done. Okay. Skills, you're going to get to choose 4 from a list. Now here's the list. You get your choice of 4 from acrobatics, athletics, deception, which you already have,
Yeah.
insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, which you already have, and stealth.
Okay, so stealth, sleight of hand, persuasion, and deception.
Wait, which ones did you choose?
Well, I have to choose deception and sleight of hand, right? Or do I not have to?
No, I'm saying you already have those. You do not need to pick them.
Oh, okay. So
you have them from your background, so they're already covered. So you still get to choose 4 from the list, but you do not have to choose those 2 since you have them.
Okay, then I'll choose stealth, persuasion.
Yeah, stealth is a good one.
Insight.
Insight's good.
So stealth, persuasion, insight, and
your other options are acrobatics, athletic, intimidation, investigation, perception.
Oh man. Oh, that's a tough choice. Well, I don't have anything in my. I think I'm gonna need acrobatics probably to dodge a lot.
Well, when it comes to dodging and stuff, that's based on your armor. So like if it's you dodging from some attack, that would probably be a dexterity save. You'd mainly be using acrobatics, like if you had to jump over a small gap or something like that. Or if you had to, dodge your way throughout.
Okay, what's the difference between insight and perception? Is it a literal thing? Like literally, you can see better. Insight is
being able to read someone, like being able to tell if they're telling the truth or not, or if something is off about what they're saying.
Yeah, then I'm definitely gonna need persuasion along with insight.
Persuasion is your ability to sway people to what you want.
Actually, that might
without deceiving them or without intimidating them.
Yeah, and I don't want to intimidate or deceive. So, but I have deception.
Yeah. So, like, if you were saying something that you were lying, that would be deception. If you were saying something in a threatening manner, that would be intimidation. If you were just saying like, "Hey, maybe just let us pass by," that would be more like.
I think both deception and persuasion are important for different scenarios.
Yeah. Of course. Well, you already have persuasion marked, and you have stealth marked, and you have insight marked. Do you have one more? You could do perception. You could do performance.
What is performance?
Acrobatics or athletics. Performance is it's your ability to perform, like if you're doing instruments and stuff, but also you could argue that it's your ability to perform an act, like for instance, you performatively being someone else.
That might be important. Okay, so what is perception exactly?
Perception And you have the option between perception and investigation, which are both very good and are kind of the
Yeah,
same thing.
I was kind of thinking investigation, but
Yeah,
like,
so the difference between the two is investigation is kind of more like actively looking, like maybe turning over a rug or something, asking people questions, that sort of thing, doing an investigation. Perception is your ability to sense stuff. So, like, your ability to see something, to hear something, to taste something.
yeah, I think perception would be better than investigation.
Okay. So you're going to choose perception?
Yeah, I really wanted to do acrobatics or athletics, but we'll just go perception.
Well, you could get rid of insight, persuasion, or stealth if you wanted to.
Well, I have stealth. What?
Stealth, I will say, do not get rid of. It is very important.
I'm gonna. Oh no, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it with what we got.
But persuasion or insight, if you wanted to switch one of those with acrobatics, that would be completely understandable.
You think I should?
I don't think you should. I'm just saying I would understand if you chose.
Nah.
I don't think you should, and I don't think you shouldn't.
I think I'll leave him. Cause I really don't want to leave up everything to deception. Because I really don't. Yeah. I still would rather have something non-adversarial way of dealing with people.
Yeah.
Because if I'm deceiving them and I get caught, then I'd rather just try to use, reasoning, logic to persuade.
Right. You'd rather tell the truth and just.
Exactly. And if I can't do that, then maybe deception and but even so, probably not. Depending on the situation.
Of course, there's always the threat of putting a dagger to their throat and just saying, "Hey, bye," or else.
Yeah. Well, maybe, and see, that's the thing about having other people there. If that was really the case, I'm sure somebody else's character is more than ready to do something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think it's a really good choice, especially with the way your stats are currently oriented, to choose insight and perception. I think those were very good choices. Speaking of perception, your passive perception, that section, you can write down officially a 14.
Okay.
And of course that will change as you level up, because proficiency bonus changes as you level up, but for now it is 14.
Okay.
So I'm not going to have you fill in all that stuff right now, but I want to go through some more of the roguish features. We can always fill that in off screen if we need to.
Okay.
So let's go to your equipment. Because every rogue gets some starting equipment, and we're just going to say you woke up with this on you and you don't know how you got it, but you did.
Okay.
Because so you actually get choices. So for the first choice that you have, you either get a rapier or a short sword.
Short sword.
And I can tell you the differences between them once I get to the equipment.
Well, rapier is pokey pokey. Short sword is swipey swipey.
Basically. But there's more differences than just that. Here we go. Okay, so the short sword is 1d6 piercing, so it actually is more.
It's more damage.
It's a finesse weapon and it's light, which is good. Finesse means that you can use your dexterity instead of strength, which you want to. The rapier is also pokey pokey, but instead of 1d8 of poke, it is, instead of 1d6 of poke, it is 1d8 of. So you could potentially do more damage with the rapier.
But I don't get a dexterity bonus off of it.
You do. It is also a finesse weapon, so you can use dexterity.
Dang, can I switch later? Can I just switch between them? I mean, if I had, I mean, say I found a different weapon.
If you found one, yeah, you could.
Okay, well
Here's
then,
the difference. Here's the difference, okay? The rapier does 1d8, but it is not a light weapon. A light weapon is considered small and easy to handle, which means you can fight with 2 weapons. So if you wanted like a short sword in one hand and a dagger in the other, you do that. If you're using a rapier, even though it's a one-handed weapon, it's not considered a light weapon. So
yeah, no, I would probably use, as exactly as you said, a dagger and a short sword. So yeah, we're gonna have to go short sword.
Okay, a short sword, which if you want to put that in your attacks is 1d6 of piercing. Shoot.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, the name is the short sword.
It didn't finish it.
The attack bonus is your dexterity bonus plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so what is that?
So that would be +5, I believe. No, don't put the d6 in there. So attack bonus is just +5.
Oh my word! Hold on.
3 for your dexterity, plus the 2 for your.
Dang it! It won't let me.
Damage.
It won't let me put more than just this much.
Don't worry about it. You don't have to put piercing. You can delete the piercing part.
Okay.
Because you actually need to put in additional stuff for it.
Ah.
So it's 1d6 plus your dexterity. So since your dexterity is the +3 modifier, it's going to be 1d6
+3. Okay.
Okay. Next, you can choose between. Okay, you might want to change your decision once you hear this. I totally forgot what one was. You get to choose between a short bow and a quiver of 20 arrows, or a short sword.
Oh. Can I wield 2 short swords?
You could. They're
Okay.
both light weapons, so you could. The other option is you might want to do a rapier and
with
then
the bow.
have the bow as a long range option.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go with the flippin' rapier and bow. Rip the short sword. So,
you might also want to do the short sword in the short bow. Who knows? Because if you do the short sword,
you know what? Yeah, let's
bow,
do the short sword and the short bow. Yeah, let's
okay.
do that one.
Because you are still gonna get 2 daggers out of this.
Oh, okay.
And just letting you know for the future, we aren't quite at that section yet. We will be getting dagger.
Okay. What's the attack bonus?
The short bow. The attack bonus is the same, but it uses 1d6 piercing.
And then +3.
The 1d6
so
plus 3 again. Yeah.
Okay, and then
under attacks and spellcasting,
put the quiver
in that section where you have sneak attack, you will want to write down the range of the short bow. So the short bow's range at short range is 80 feet, and it has a long range of 320.
So short is 80 feet.
You could just write it as 80/320 if you.
Oh.
So that's how they do it.
Okay. I'll do SL so that I can know them a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay, and then quiver. Should
yeah,
I?
you have 20 arrows in your quiver.
20 arrows. Okay.
So if you ran out of arrows and you try to recover them, like, you would have to go out and buy.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll leave them in attacks just rather than equipment, even though they are technically. Well, should I put them in equipment?
You want to put the fact that you have a short bow and quiver in your equipment.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to you if you want to put the arrows in attacks, or it's up.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, so I actually have to look up the difference between these because I don't remember. But you get your choice between a burglar's pack, a dungeoneer's pack, or a burglar's pack.
Okay. Well, you'll have to explain to me what the differences between them all are.
Yeah, so essentially each pack comes with a great variety of items. So hold on. Go. Perfect. Explore. So the Explorer's pack comes with a backpack, a bedroll, a mess kit, a tinderbox, you know, lighting a fire, 10 torches, 10 days of ration, water skin, and 50 feet of health. A burglar's pack does not have the bedroll. It only has 5 days of rations. I'm trying to find the rest between it. It doesn't have a mess kit. So, like, you know, like plates and stuff like that. What it does have is a bag of 1,000 ball bearings, 10 feet of string, a bell, 5 candles, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pitons, pythons, I don't know how to pronounce it, basically for, what are they for? I forget, but... there are peggers spec to be driven into a rock for support, so, like, you know, like rock climbing, that. You would drive the piton into the wall and use that to climb up, stuff like that. You get a hooded lantern with 2 flasks of oil, and that's all that's different. The Dungeoneer's pack comes with a backpack. It comes with a crowbar and hammer as well. Also comes with a 10 piton. This one comes with 10 torches instead of the hooded lantern. It comes with a tinderbox, 10 days of rations, water skin, and 50 feet. So what I would say is probably you want to take either the Dungeoneer's pack or the...
Yeah, I think Dungeoneer. I think Dungeoneer sounds good.
Dungeoneer's pack? Okay.
Yeah.
I will send you the link to that just to write down all stuff.
Yeah, save me.
Later.
Save me all the trouble.
Okay, so that's the link to the dungeon. Okay. And then lastly, you get leather armor, but you don't wear armor, so I'm just gonna say you don't have that.
Okay.
You also get 2 daggers.
Wait, should I not put this in my equipment?
Oh yeah, put in your equipment. You have 2 daggers and you have thieves' tools.
Okay, and they'll actually wield one of the daggers as a secondary for attack. Then.
Yeah. So the dagger, is the weakest weapon, admittedly, but it has the most use. So the dagger deals 1d4. It's one of the few times you'll actually ever use the dagger. But it's super light. Like, it weighs 1 pound compared to the 2 pounds for the short sword. So it's light as well. It's also a finesse weapon. And if you want to, you can actually throw your daggers.
Oh,
and
nice.
the daggers have a short range of 20 feet and a long range of 6.
Okay, so I need to do that over here then. What was the numbers again? 20 and 60?
Yeah, 20 and 60 for the throwing range.
Okay.
And you mark down the damage already?
I did up top. Wait, were you not able to see that? Hold on, let me get back to the OBS studio. Okay, hold on, yeah.
I probably was able to see it and I just didn't.
There you go. Daggers range up in attacks and spellcasting. I'm just organizing the numbers.
The stream is a few seconds behind.
No worries.
Or maybe I'm a few seconds behind. No, I'm not. Yeah, and your attack bonus is also +5. Your bonus to the D4 is also +3.
Okay.
Yeah. Same as all the other stuff.
Okay. And then...
Now, we are finally almost done.
Nice.
We just have a few more features to go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So we're going to be in features and traits again. Fun.
Okay.
The first one is called expertise.
Okay.
So this one is fun. At first level, you get to choose 2 of your skills, or alternatively, one of your... Okay, so it's 2 of your skills, or alternatively, you could also choose Thieves' Tools and 1 other skill. With those skills, your proficiency bonus is double. So, like, let's say you did it for Thieves' Tools, for instance. You would do +4 for your proficiency bonus instead of +2, because it's double.
Yeah.
Plus the 3 for your dexterity, which would bring it up to a +7.
Yeah. I think I just want to do two skills.
Okay, it has to be ones that you are proficient in.
Okay, so let's actually up
and if you want, you can just write down which skills you chose and expertise. That way,
okay. Let's go with perception.
Smart.
And I don't want to go with insight. Maybe
insight's a good choice.
Maybe stealth.
Really,
stealth,
any of these are a good choice. Stealth is
stealth.
definitely a good choice because
I think I'll go stealth. Perception
the
and
better
stealth.
you can hide, the better you can sneak attack.
Yep, indeed. Yeah, perception and stealth. And then what was the thing? Double proficiency bonus.
Yeah, you double the proficiency bonus. So let's go ahead and fill those in right now. Perception is wisdom based. So that would be your 2 for wisdom plus 4 for your proficiency bonus.
So +6.
Right.
Okay.
So you can actually fill that in.
It's
yep,
done.
there you go. And then for stealth, that would be 3 plus 4, which is 7.
Okay, done. And then we do deception.
You don't have to do the other ones right now.
Oh, okay.
You do have a couple more things to do. Just so you know, at 6th level, you will also be able to choose 2 more, either in skills or Thieves' Tools to gain that.
Gotcha.
So look forward to 6th level. Sneak attack is your second feature.
Oh,
So
so should I
beginning at first,
just put sneak attack with the D damage?
yeah, but just put it under features as well,
Okay.
because we're gonna go into the specifics of how it works, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So at first level, you know how to strike suddenly and expose distraction. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. The attack must use a finesse or ranged weapon, which are all of your.
Wait, okay. So strike suddenly once per turn. You can attack.
Well, yeah, once per turn, you can add 1d6 to your damage if you have advantage on the attack.
Okay. And I'll just say advantage, and then I'm gonna flank, essentially, right?
Right, advantage. So, like, if you're sneaking up on them or surprise attack stuff.
Yeah.
In addition, don't mark flanking on there because that's actually a separate thing.
I rewrote it to surprise. I was just trying to.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to represent, that the advantage means just surprising them in some way.
Well, not necessarily just surprising them.
Well, yeah,
like,
just catching them unaware. Or
they could naturally just be in a state where you have advantage as well. Like maybe.
I'll just leave it as advantage.
Yeah,
then,
there's a variety of factors.
Anywho.
Anyway.
Then.
You do not need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it, that enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have disadvantage on the attack. So this is where the flanking bit comes. So if one of your friends is attacking the same enemy, and that friend is within 5 feet of that enemy, in other words, right next to it, then you're able to also get sneak attack as long as they aren't down and you don't have damage.
Okay, so what do I write? I lost track halfway through. You do not need advantage on attack roll.
You don't need advantage if you're flanking.
Okay. That works. Okay. There we go.
And then the last thing is thieves can't. Or more accurately, thieves' can't. Can't as in C-A-N-T without an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, essentially what this is a secret mix of dialect, jargon, and code that allows you to hide messages in conversation. So basically think of it as like another language almost.
A thieves language.
Right. It'll take 4 times longer to convey a message than it does to speak it plainly. But it means that someone who doesn't know thieves can't understand what you're saying. So like for instance, you might be playing with a deck of cards and you're shuffling them in a way that it's very much rigged and you're dealing out certain cards to a certain person. And that could be a sign of like communication, for instance.
Gotcha.
Very much in the ARG spectrum.
Right. Okay. Nice.
And in addition, you don't need to write this down, but in addition, a bunch of like secret little signs that can convey a very short message, like this area is dangerous, or this is territory of another thieves guild. There's some loot nearby, or people in this area are easy marks, or provide a safe house. That sort of thing. Like very simple messages.
I wrote no visual thief marks.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
And yeah, that's basically it. So we can delve into your backstory a little bit, but for now, do you mind just filling out skills on your sheet? And that way, if you need any help, just let me know.
What do you mean skill? Wait, where?
Where you have the skills and your saving throws, just fill out the rest of the numbers.
Skills and saving throws.
Where you have
like
your
these ones. Okay, yeah. What? Just +2 for all of them, right?
No. So instead of using your proficiency bonus, you're just going to use the ability modifier.
Oh, so
like
this is like
acrobatics is dex based. So you use your dex based.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're meaning.
Okay, yeah.
+2, +1. Strength is a +2. Deception. Okay, so and then this gets a +3 on top of its +3. Deception. Because it gets a +4.
Deception would be charisma, which is +3,
plus a +4,
plus your proficiency bonus, which is +2, so +5.
Okay, +5. So then
yeah, if it's doubled, you add your proficiency bonus.
Okie dokie. History is +1. Insight is +4 because it's 2 for wisdom, +2 for proficiency. Intimidation is +3. Investigation is +1. Medicine.
So for people who are watching along, basically the number in the little bubble on the left side that says like +3 or +2, if a skill is not checked off, if it doesn't have that little black dot in it, Kink is just adding that number on the side with plus next to it to that skill. If it does have the bubble, he has a proficiency bonus, which is up above the saving throws, which is a +2. He's adding that to whatever the ability modifier is, and that is giving him a score.
Okay. There we go.
I can promise you this is the most boring part of everything.
I like making the characters, so I'm not bored.
But for people watching, this is the most boring part to watch. For certain. Okay, so let's talk about your backstory now, because that part doesn't. Oh wait, initiative. I'm dumb. That's one more thing we have to do. So initiative's at the very top.
There.
That is just your dexterity bonus.
So +3.
Yeah.
What about inspiration? That's an empty box.
Inspiration is not going to be filled in right now. Basically what that is if you're doing really good role playing. Just right, does not need to be filled. No, but for inspiration, essentially what that is if you're doing really good role playing, if you're really in character, or depending on how I run this one, it could be a group vote, will decide to award you an inspiration point. Now, what that does is if you get a really bad roll at some point, you can use that inspiration point to re-roll it. So, like, let's say you get a natural 1, the worst possible roll you get, and you have an inspiration point. You could say, you know what? I don't want to fail this roll today. I'm going to re-roll it. Whatever roll you get is what you get.
Okay.
So, if you roll a natural 1, meant to be. But it could really help you get out of a sticky situation, depending on the...
Right.
Yeah, right now you don't have any inspiration. You are not inspired.
0 inspiration.
Let's see.
You know what? I'll put some of this stuff. I will put
Yeah, other than your backstory, we are done. So let's talk. So you are a warforged who you're like this construct of metal and gears and stuff that has somehow come alive. You wake up one day, you don't know when it is, you just know that you wake up and you have no idea where you are, who you are, anything, right?
Yeah.
You can type up like a fleshed out version of this, but I'm just going over it for the people who are watching.
Yeah, I'm just I'm just gonna copy what you say, and then I'll change it later maybe.
Yeah, because I will literally write out like at least a page of backstory for some.
Oh yeah, sure. If you write, if you have the whole thing, you can copy paste it, and I'll just copy paste that into this.
Well, no, I'm saying you should write.
Oh, I should write it. Okay,
That's
okay.
what I'm saying.
I'll do my. Okay.
Figure it out exactly. But essentially, you are a construct. You're this thing that has been built that somehow alive. You wake up. You have no knowledge of who you are, what you are, where you are, any. All you know is that you are this thing that has been created, and dude, we wanted to say that you knew your name, right?
Yeah, because it's scratched into or do we want to have it scratched or name plated?
Okay, yeah.
Engraved.
Do we want to say it was scratched in there, or do we want to say it was engraved?
Engraved. I don't know.
Engraved.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up to you, whether it was scratched or engraved, because that determines things about like maybe my origin.
I feel like it would be engraved. I feel like
okay, it has care.
Whoever created you has created you with care.
With care, okay.
Because you're neutral good. They have instilled the idea of good in you. I don't think they would make something so like rough and whatnot. I don't think they would make something so rough and just like scratched in there. I think they would take the time to etch it in there and make sure that it's really nice. And you just wake up like there's actually no, I'm not gonna say that you were scuffed because that doesn't quite fit. I think it's more like you have dirt. Like you woke up in the middle of a forest and like your body is somewhat dirty, especially your backside would have a lot of dirt on it, I feel like. And yeah, that's basically it. You woke up, you have no idea where you are, you're in a sort of forest. Very dirty. There's a bunch, like quite literally dirty. You have a bunch of dirt on you. Maybe even some mud or something. Maybe some like flecks of grass have stuck on, I don't know. And you've just woken up. Maybe you were like rested upon a rock or something. Just like you were almost like in a seated position when you woke up. I don't know. But almost like someone had dragged you along the ground. Almost like they couldn't quite pick you up, so they had to drag you. Now, where do we want your name to be etched?
Somewhere I'd be able to see, obviously.
Okay.
What's up, Morgan?
So do you want to say like somewhere on your chest or your arm, or like maybe it's like a tag that's attached to you?
I think like maybe etched like maybe in the shoulder, sideways.
Oh, like almost on the arm, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. I like that. I'll let you choose this because I'm still formulating like the backstory in my head that you will not know because you don't want to know.
Yeah.
I'll let you choose. Is it etched in like a very like almost like cursive, like stylized font?
Nah, very
Is it etched more in like almost like the text that's on YouTube, like just like that's
harsh, hard
lettering.
edges, hard edges.
Hard edges. Okay. Okay, I'm liking this. A little bit gruff, but like
Yeah.
hard edges one, but like yeah. Is it all caps or is it one letter? Like the first letter?
Oh, I think it has to be all caps.
Yeah, because the lowercase n would be hard to do with hard edge. So
Yeah.
What I'll have to do in my downtime is etch some, or not etch. Sorry, I'll have to look at some fonts and type out the name Clink and just see which one fits best for you.
Okay. Okay. Enough of backstory, probably, for the moment. What do you think?
Good. Yeah.
I've woken up in the middle of the...
And the next time we'll see Clink will be November... What's the date specifically?
Yeah, well, I don't know. What is the date? Hold on, let me go check that.
Whatever the first Saturday is. Hold on.
This is the 2nd of November. Remember, the 2nd of November. Where...
Either 3 or 6. We'll see.
Yeah. Yep, 3 or 6 we'll have to definitely do. And guys, remember after this stream, if you are looking to make your own character, Ashkowski is going to be hanging out in the voice chat to help you do so. And you'll be going through pretty much this stuff right here. And then you guys, if you guys want, I'll even do a stream here sometime soon to try to, I don't know, just more streams over on Twitch or something. And then
I'm trying to see if there's like a Warforged like character creation tool, like to design a Warforged almost.
Oh, for the picture, the character appearance?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I could probably do something. Or we could leave it for fan art. Just get people that want to design it themselves, and we can change that.
I like that. We should make a fan art challenge.
A fan art challenge, and then we just can use those for the best, and whoever likes them. You guys want to do that fan art challenge?
Yeah,
for
we'll
Clink?
do a fan art challenge. We'll make a separate channel in the Discord, and we'll have people vote for their favorite.
There you go.
Like that.
The Clink challenge. Like you have the description of how of what he will look.
Yeah, so Clink is like the color of steel or like titanium or one of those like silvery metal. A bit covered in dirt, possibly some foliage as well if you want to go that angle. And they're a warforged, so they're like somewhat robotic. But short, like we said, 3'4", and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. That should be fun. Yeah, you can go ahead and make that when you're ready for that.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make the channel in a second. I just want to see if there's any like.
Jess and I am too, guys. If you wanna, and you guys want to see more of the Minecraft, we're gonna go and play some Minecraft games with awesome Jess over there, and we're gonna be using shaders in those Minecraft games. I'm gonna try to, at least. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but.
And if you want some examples of what a Warforged Scout would look like, you could just look up Warforged Scout on Google, and there are a bunch of different images of what a Warforged Scout might look like. So that might give you some inspiration for what Clink
Scout. War4. I don't know how to spell. Emojis.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Warforged.
There you go. There's some Warforged Scouteries.
Yeah. Which actually, now that I'm looking at them, I'll let you choose, obviously. But do you think that Clink would have a bunch of like designs, engraved and possibly even color engraved into him, or would he be more like simple design? Because like some of those like figures and whatnot have like some like black outlines.
I think like this, like there might be some engraving of it because it is of a fantastical nature, and not of a nature necessarily of like manufactured.
That design looks cool. The Grognard design.
Yeah, I'm like, I really like this design. That looks pretty cool. Yeah.
I like how he's missing one leg.
I think his leg is actually back upwards, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Then there's like
yeah, if you want to draw some fan art of Clink,
yeah, guys,
make the channel for it.
We'll do a Clink fan art test.
Oh, where should I put that? Should I put it in main chats, media?
Media. Actually, go ahead and do main chats. Why not? Wait, no, it's fan art. It's fan art. Never mind.
Oh, yeah,
it's
media.
media. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, guys, you guys could have your drawing as the thing. Tomorrow, it'll start tomorrow, probably about, we'll say 6 p.m. Just say 6 p.m. so that way we have all the time. And you share the same time I do, Jess, so that works out. Nice. We got it. We're getting it all set up. Hold on, let me make sure to save this. Save as... yeah. Boom. Saved.
I apologize if you can hear my keyboard, by the way.
No worries.
Loose switches, so
you
they
might
are kind of loud.
No worries. You might pop in at 7. Okay, well we'll just make it at 7 then, Jess, because I'm just gonna do the stream. We're just gonna do the Minecraft stream, like me, and I'll pop you into voice chat and your friend in voice chat prior to the stream starting, and then we'll just go and jump into the games as the stream starts on Minecraft. And that's what we shall do tomorrow. Okay. What is next? Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
Because we already covered all the secret stuff earlier, so.
Yes. So guys, if you guys want to create your character, like Alpine, if you wanted to create your character, Ashkowski, you're gonna be in voice chat, right?
Yeah, I'll be in voice chat for a little bit, and if I have to go, like for instance, I'm gonna be eating soon, so like if I have to go, I'll still talk via text chat, and we can still create characters via text chat. It's not that.
Okay.
But you will need voice chat for the actual campaign.
Yes, during the actual
For
campaign.
creating a character, we can kind of cheese things and just use text, but
Alpine, you're like, no thanks, I'm good.
well,
Well,
I'll admit it took way longer on here, just because we kind of delved into everything. But
yeah, it's for this. It's building the backstory for this character. It's very important.
And anyone who isn't watched, and yeah, no one. If you don't want to create a strong backstory character like this, if you don't want to create something really involved, you don't have to. We can make a much simpler character that has like a backstory. Like, for instance, one idea is the fighter who's actually a member of the town guard, and just happened to be, you guys just happen to be in the same town as them, and like, thus they go on the adventure with you to help protect everyone, etc. Something like that. It doesn't need to be a super involved or like crazy backstory like this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you aren't a member yet, and you would like to participate in D&D, you can always become a member by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button, or going to the link that's in the chat. You can also become a paid subscriber on Twitch, or you could use your Amazon Prime free subscription on Twitch, and you will also become a member for D&D.
Indeed, Areno.
Don't worry, I got that plug-in for
you. Well, it's something I will never say, really, so. So, Ashkowski, the mod, even outside of the chat.
And inside the chat.
And inside the chat. And inside the chat at the same time.
Because I posted a link.
I see that. That's hilarious. And that's all the hilarious. Freaking. Thank you, Ashkowski. Okay, guys. You'll do the VC, not your friend. That's okay. No worries, Jess. No worries. Okay, so, yeah. I guess that's where we're going to end it. We're going to do a raid, guys. You want to do a raid?
Let's raid.
Let's raid. Let's raid, mate. Who do we got to raid?
That's the question.
Yeah, who are we going to raid? Curly. Maybe you can send him some of your levels.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Okay, we're going to go raid Curly, guys.
It makes me mad that you can't
Johnny,
have checkpoints
the
with
alien Streamlabs. They'll be playing D&D later today. Hey!
Nice. Alright. Yes, you can. Most definitely join us for the raid. Guys, I want to thank again Ashkowski for joining me today, helping create this, doing the DMing, and also getting this dice and stuff, all this awesomeness. So can we get one more hashtag in there for Ashkowski and all the awesome that they are? Thank you, Ash. Hearts, Ash. I'm gonna hashtag you. I'm gonna hashtag you one more time there. You're amazing. Right? Okay, guys. Now let's go and do a kink raid over to Curly Studios. Okay, there's the link, guys. Head on over there. I'm gonna shout out the first couple of people that are over there. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging out. You guys are freaking awesome. Heart to you guys. There's Awesome Jess first. Thank you so much, Awesome Jess, for being there. All the first. I'm gonna do a me raid in there. A me raid. Nice. There's Omega Vanguard. You guys are awesome. There's Trey Mizu. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys are flipping absolutely amazing. There's Ashkowski in there. and again, my members, if you want to make a character, you can join Ashkowski in the voice chat to do so. Yeah. Yeah, just let them know via the Discord. They will help you out. GG's Ashkowski. And Alpine Gulch, thank you so much for the raid. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for joining. I will see you guys very, very soon, probably over on Twitch. Until then, stay flippin' absolutely amazing, guys. And 2. Da frickin' Lou.